everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I don't know why I started out in this weird accent. Either way, I am Chica, getting ready to start my rap beef with Kaguya Jubidu.
And I am I am America's #1 hero's #1 simp, Sobroni.
And welcome back to Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu because she is trash. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
How you doing, Oni?
Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone.
Oh yes, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes. How was your Cinco de Mayo?
Pretty quiet. Did no drinking.
Wow, not a very festive.
Not really. It was really gross. I made curry. I made curry, which has nothing to do with
I think you got your countries
Mexican
mixed
culture
up.
at all. But fuck it, I was in the mood for it, so I made it anyways. It was very spicy. Oh, I made very spicy curry. When I added like a Scotch bonnet pepper like right into the curry, and on further inspection, it was actually 2 Scotch bonnet peppers I threw in, and one of them exploded. So, yes, it was very spicy. Good, but spicy. Hey, did you say ill?
I said ooh.
Oh, let's say I'm like, bitch. That shit was delicious. Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, just quiet weekend, and I was telling everyone on our stream Saturday how I got these new edibles that are so, I don't know. It's like I feel like I have to get used to these edibles. Like whenever you get a new batch of edibles that you've never had before, I feel like they always come with like different rules. Like these edibles, I feel like they kick in much later. Like even more so than the other ones, which is crazy. So it's just something I gotta keep watchful eye on. Just take them earlier. Note to self. Yeah, that's basically it. All right, enough about my weed habits. It's time to start the podcast, and as always, we're gonna start with our news segment this week in anime. So Viz Media, according to Anime News Network, is to release the manga Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated, a Magic the Gathering manga.
That does not sound like a very Magic the Gathering title.
That actually is incredibly Magic the Gathering title. I mean, it's very dark as shit, but that is actually very Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated. That's actually really cute. That's like that's basically a spoof of like literally a magic card that has that same effect, except this destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated.
Yeah.
So that's
is it
really
like
cool.
Is it like a Shadowverse style we're playing Magic the Gathering, or is it like actual Magic the Gathering lore?
Apparently it's a youth graffiti manga. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh god, why can't people just adapt things the way
that's what it says.
To be?
"Quote unquote youth graffiti manga centers on 2 people in the 90s who play Magic the Gathering."
So it's just them playing Magic together. Okay, I mean,
yeah,
I
know. Would it have been cool if it was like Planeswalkers? Yeah, and Planeswalkers got involved. That would have been cooler.
That's so far. I've only seen Konami do that because apparently they're planning some new Yu-Gi-Oh anime that's about the lore of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which is gonna be dope. So,
that is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Also, Magic's just been doing a lot recently. They have a collaboration now with the Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with their latest set. What was it called? Like Outlaw Junction. It's all cowboy and the Wild West theme.
That's cute.
Yeah.
When is the Fate collab?
Girl, you gotta wait like a couple more years for that. You know, they're just getting started, as you can see, because they also announced recently a Hatsune Miku collaboration last Monday. So they're just having a bunch of like Miku cards, like reprinting other cards, and basically doing the whole Miku art.
They're weebifying magic.
Yeah, it's coming slowly but surely. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm just like, okay, Magic, you guys are doing a lot with the animes. I see you. Still not paying all that money for them cards, but I see you.
At least they're putting in effort.
Amen. What you got for me, Oni?
I have much less fun news. I usually have fun news, but not today. Today we're talking about Sony being Sony. Tsukihime Remake's English PS4 art book is going to be censored. So the Tsukihime Remake is coming out in America on both the Switch and the PS4. However, the official English Twitter account for the English release of Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, announced that the visual art book, or the physical version of the art book on PS4, will have 2 altered pages, while the physical art book will be unaltered on Switch. So essentially, Sony is forcing them to censor 2 pages of the art book, and this comes after the whole Stellar Blade controversy with them kind of censor. I hate the word censor, because in Stellar Blade's case, it was literally just like,
right. It's not that. They shrunk the chest. Like, y'all live.
So
like nothing else about the game changed.
So a little bit on that side, but anyway, the point being, this is like a pattern for Sony, where I don't know. I feel like it's maybe I'm making a big deal about it, but I think Sony might be a little anti Japanese games or anti Asian games in general,
because I feel like they're anti Dojin.
Maybe, but it's not even that, because they always censor Japanese games like all the time. Yet stuff like The Last of Us or Baldur's Gate 3, or what was the other recent game that came out, just had like full-fledged sex scenes. Baldur's Gate 3, I love it, but they had like full-on fucking bear sex scenes in the game. Why can't I have?
Okay, but those, like, they didn't show the actual penetration. It was like, okay, and
they show the penetration in some of the sex scenes.
Not with the bear.
But they have fully modeled vaginas and penises. You can have a dick slider in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, you can decide their penis?
Yeah.
I feel like I knew this.
Yeah, you definitely knew it because it was all over Twitter. And I'm
right. I just forgot it was about that game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But so, yeah, I feel like if you can do that, like, if you're going to have a policy that's like, we're anti-lewd, you got to be consistent. You can't just be having some games have dick sliders and vulva sliders and penetrative sex and bestiality, and then other games like, whoa, your chest is too big. We gotta reduce that. Oh, this art book has a panty shot. We gotta censor that. Like, why?
Yeah, that is very weird. Why they're so picky and choosy. Meanwhile, the Switch is like, we don't care.
Yeah, which is super weird because Nintendo is like the family friendly console.
Exactly.
Like, ship it as it is. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
So yeah, that's very interesting as to why they would.
So I guess for those of you who are considering the extra version or whatever, the limited edition version, and want that art book, I would suggest going for the Switch version. You know, subjectively more content.
Yeah, get the more bang for your buck.
Plus, the Switch is portable, so you can read that shit on the train.
Period. They'll be like, oh, he's on the Switch. He must be playing some cute little Pokemon game. Little do they know.
Yeah. H-scene pops off.
All right. Now that we're done with our news, it's time to start with our weekly reviews. We're going to start off with Konosuba Season 3, Episode 4.
Yes, the continuing adventures of yelling and screaming the episode.
That's literally kind of what
I feel like
was.
50% of the dialogue in this episode was yelled.
Yes, you would be correct. It felt very much like if if that I guess I forget what the name of that tune is called. The
Yeah.
if that was like yeah, if that was made into a script, this would be the episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of hijinks and running around and shit, especially between Kazuma and Chris.
Yes, for sure. God, there's just a bunch of little things. Like this episode just made a bunch of like silly hijinks, like very little. So I it's like I don't even know where to start. Uh oh, when I guess when Chris like tied up Kazuma, and then she escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the girls find him, and they just decide to torture him by like force feeding him.
Well, in Darkness's case, force feeding him, and in Megumin's
Yes.
case, being
Yeah,
like, say a
darkness
thing.
is. I don't care what anyone says. This is low key a darkness arc
Yeah, this
because
is like a
darkness
Darkness's
is,
season. She has a lot of screen time.
and she is just acting very out of character in the best ways.
Mm-hmm. They were like, "Fuck, we need to do more of Darkness's character. She can't just be horny masochist all the time."
Yep, and she sure isn't.
And she's still funny
She
even when she's not a horny masochist. So that's
exactly.
character development.
She says all times you humiliated me. Take the plan. Like,
Mm.
and the Duke and the rest of the people just watch. They just they are like, what's all this ruckus? And then they just don't say anything. But to be
Yeah,
fair, I don't think I would.
I would not either.
Yeah, because deep down I'd be like, Cosmo, you probably deserve this. So I'm just gonna sit and watch quietly.
Although the Duke and Kazuma have a lot in common, so in another life they probably would have gotten along.
I mean, I feel like the only thing they have in common is that they're both perverts.
Yeah, a lot. They're both trashy, disgusting perverts who creep on the girls around them. So they would have gotten along.
I I feel like that's not the only. I feel like. Oh gosh, I listen. I don't. If that was the case, I feel like all men would just be friends. We'd just all be friends. We'd
Not
just all be
hashtag
friends.
not all
Everyone would
men.
be
Wow, I can't believe Drew's out here with his politics,
okay.
indicting
The
all men.
politics. No, the vast majority of men are perverts. So yeah,
I will say it's funny that we're watching this side by side with
mm.
Mushoku Tensei because I just can't help but juxtaposition Kazuma.
I feel like yeah, one of them has deviated from the path
Yeah, it's just
by a
mind
lot.
blowing. Like he started as Kazuma, now
Yes.
he's started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Oh wow, really? You want to make the Drake reference this week?
Yeah.
Considering what happened, that is crazy.
Rest in peace.
That is
Drake.
crazy. Rest in peace, Drake. Oh no. Oh god. Apparently he dropped something new before, like an hour before we started.
Oh my god, they're gonna have like new albums or new just tracks every day or something.
I don't. I'm just like I don't think. I think it's already over, and I think Drake knows it. But I hope he does, because it's like, baby, you're just a walking corpse at this rate. Um, but yeah. Oh my god, speaking of people who are basically dead and don't matter, Mitsurugi returns, and it's the way. I feel like we were all Aqua. Were we all Aqua in that moment? Because I was definitely Aqua.
Like, who are you?
Yes, I mean,
I knew who he
I knew
was.
of him.
I
knew
literally-
right.
I forgot his name though.
His name, no. I was like, you were that person with the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I remember. But yeah, I was very much Aqua in that moment. First of all, I love how Chris is like, yeah, I need to steal all these cheat items. Will you help me steal? Wasn't she asking him to steal from like the castle itself? Or steal from somewhere in the town?
From the actual castle.
And I'm like, that's insane. I feel like he's going to. Did he agree to do it? I feel like he's going to. But
He didn't agree to it, but I feel like he's gonna end up doing it anyway, inadvertently.
yeah,
Because he's going out to do. I think what's happening is because the sirens went off and there was like, oh, it's a Demon King army attack or whatever. I think what's gonna end up happening is it's Chris, and they're gonna end up helping her or something.
Right. That would make sense since he definitely left to not to protect the town from the Demon King's forces, but just to curry favor with Eris.
Yeah. Oh, and they're definitely gonna get roped into some kind of crazy like shit because Aqua was having like that whole premonition thing where she was just like, "Oh no, this is bad. Something horrible is gonna happen," and she's dumb, but she has really good instincts. So
that is very, very true. Sorry. Find. Sorry, I'm looking to see. Okay, that's not the case. So I looked up this production studio because it's still so the pretty faces still like kind of take me off guard, even though we've seen them so much recently. It's just like this is not original Konosuba animation.
it's a different studio.
Yeah, it's just I just have to double check because I'm like I know I'm not crazy. This feels very different. I mean, it's not. I don't mind it. I think they use it in a very funny way. It just always takes me by surprise a little bit when it happens because it'll just be like he'll just be talking and he'll be like, oh. They've been doing it a lot. They're like laying it on thick. It's like, we can make this pretty boy face, and we're going to do it.
Watch us.
All right. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Konosuba. It was a fun episode. All right. Up next, we have Mushoku Tensei. Season 2.5, episode 5.
This is my episode of the week.
I know. I was
this was a really good week for shows.
This was good. I'm just like, is this my episode of the week?
I think it is. Am I gonna split it or something?
I think it might be mine.
Yeah, I'm not splitting it. It's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was probably one of my favorite episodes of the series in general, just because it just the culmination of how much growth Rudy has gone through the whole season or the whole series.
Yeah, it came very full circle. Now he is someone who's helping someone who is a shut-in, just like he was. Yeah, it was. First episode starts with merely just him like projecting everywhere, just swinging his dick in that class like a crazy person.
Oh, she did get an answer wrong in the class. I bet you stripped her naked and beat her, didn't you? No.
Right. They're like, what? No, we just told her to do better, like her brother.
And I'm so glad we got that Norn point of view, because I do feel a little bit better about her character now. Like, I was half jokingly bashing her last episode. I didn't hate her nearly as much as I put on, but this whole POV thing makes me understand her a lot better.
Yeah.
Especially that whole segment about like, well, when I saw him the second time I see him, he's with another woman and he's drunk and he isn't looking for my mom. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Because I always forget he's supposed to be looking for his mom.
He's not supposed to be looking for his mom. He's not supposed to.
I forget his mom is still captured.
Yeah.
So they're still missing. So I'm like, all right, I forgot about that whole plot line. So yeah, it's probably weighing heavily on his sister's mind, and he's just here like, I just got married. Woo!
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like, damn, it really is like father, like daughter. It was like, you're not looking for mom.
Yeah, all over again. And plus, all the interactions she always has with everybody in the school is just like they don't even care about her; they just care about Rudy. So they're just like,
Yeah, that was tough. They're just like, "Hey, you, Rudy's sister." Like,
they don't even know her name. I think it's on purpose, but she never even gets to introduce herself because every time she says her name, they like cut her off. She's like, "Oh yeah, my name is Norn Gray." Oh, anyway, so tell me about Rudy.
yeah, mm-hmm. That's literally it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she had a lot of poor. Um, yeah, she just had a lot to deal with, a lot of angles that just probably made the environment not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she just wasn't, you know, living up to his reputation is hard as shit.
Oh yeah.
He's like a prodigy of magic.
Yeah, I should have picked the better route. She's like, listen, I'm just a maid, all right? I ain't trying to live up to this huge ass reputation you got.
Alright, be a maid like Aisha.
Yeah, just go the maid route. And I guess I didn't even think about it, but I did see somebody pointed out on Twitter, like, because people were like, "Wow, how can Rudy just walk into a class and like, you know, push the teacher out of the way and be like, all right, I'm commandeering this classroom now." But if you think about it, Rudy's like a god in this school because
Yeah.
he beat the Demon King that no
Mm-hmm.
one else could even touch. He
I don't
kills.
think he didn't
He
beat
beat him in
him.
that one-on-one fight where he like
I think
hit
he
him.
like touched him.
Yeah,
He
he
hit
like he
like
hit him.
I was beat is a strong word. I think he just
Yeah,
hit
he
him.
hit him. Well, at least he hangs out with a literal demon lord, so that he married the strongest person in school.
Oh, second strongest
Well,
person.
second strongest. He's friends with the princess. Like he has all these crazy connections. He has the two
Yeah.
biggest bullies in school working for him.
Right, yeah, he has a lot of social capital.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And yeah, she kind of has to just like get thrown in all of that. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one day where she just had panic attacks because she was just like, I don't want to go through this. I was like, no, Norn.
Oh, poor Norn. Like I'm on the level where it's like I empathize with Norn. She's still not my favorite, but I
Yeah,
empathize with her. I understand her
right.
struggle, which is good. I
I'm
think
just
she'll go on.
like, yeah. And then she was like, she had her little breakthrough with Rudy when, you know,
Oh
when she
yeah,
saw that Rudy was making an attempt.
that moment where she like pulls the curtain back and it's like, oh my
Sees
father.
her
And
dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good. There's a lot of little moments like that, especially in this episode, like when Rudy's going to open the door and then he hears his old self.
Mm-hmm. And he reflects on his relationship with his own older brother
Mm-hmm.
who like tried. And then he's like, wow, this sucked. It sucks to be on the other side of
Yeah,
this,
like shit.
huh?
I'm on the other side of this now. Fuck. I really was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like that
Um
because of that, he's like the best person to help Norn in that particular situation.
yeah.
Because he knows, like, listen, I know no argument is gonna make you get over it. You have to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Which she did, and well, he didn't even say all of that. He was just like, how do I
I'm
make this
sorry.
better?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But she's able to get over it, which I think shows that she does have a lot of strength and willpower. It's just that she
Mm-hmm.
needs to focus it somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. A very healing episode. Also at the end, when she's like, Ohio,
Oh yeah,
Rudy,
to
Ohio, selfie.
Sophie.
Yes, I was like, that's really cute. I like that.
Yes. Oh, and for once in the entire series, the cat girls were useful and did something.
Yeah, they snuck him into the girls' dorm.
Mm-hmm.
Dot.
They did good. They got their
Right,
moment to shine.
sure. All right. Up next, we have uh Slime season 3, episode 5,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of just like the knights and the church kind of yelling at each other for half the episode.
Yeah, I don't like the thinking of the characters in this particular episode.
Um, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Hinata. I only liked Hinata.
Yeah, Hinata's like the only sensible person. She was like, listen,
Yeah,
he's really fucking powerful, and he said he doesn't want to hurt humans, and everything he's doing suggests that he doesn't want to
proves
hurt
that he doesn't hurt
humans.
humans,
So
right?
we're not gonna. And then everyone else is like, all right, but what if like he does? Shouldn't we like fight him first? I'm like, actually, bitch, he just destroyed an entire country. Can we not?
Right, Raheem just explained how he just like killed 20,000 people
Mm-hmm.
at once.
Okay, but what if we fight him before he gets stronger? He's already too strong. You're not like.
Right? They're like, Shun, he's a threat. We should find a way to get it before he gets even stronger. No, girl,
It's too late.
the
You're past that
window
point.
missed. Right?
Yeah, you're past that
You
point.
just kind of have to live with it or die. Like it's kind of your only reason. I mean, your only choices.
Mm-hmm.
And then the seven luminaries who trained Hinata. And when she's challenged by Rimuru, they're like, "Oh, hey, here's this dragon sword thing. In case you ever do have to fight Veldora."
Just in case,
And
take it with you.
right, and I'm just like, not y'all setting her up just to get killed. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But I don't think it's gonna come. I'm almost positive it won't come down to violence.
I think what'll happen is they'll spar a little bit or something will happen, but then she'll
At
like,
most.
at most, and then they'll like Rimuru will find out what's going on and be like, oh wait, they're just using you or something. Let's team up.
Yeah. Also, so when I thought Edmund was talking about like amassing his forces or something, I didn't really think it was planning to do something against Rimuru again. Like, did you not see what happened with your brother?
Yeah.
Like, and okay, so apparently, Rahim after Rahim was mysteriously killed, I think the Holy Knights kind of joined his forces.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who was in charge of doing that. I mean, I guess he is in cahoots with someone who plotted that. Probably the whatchamacalls it, the other isekai dude, the bad people. They probably had something to do
Mm-hmm.
with that, killing Rahim.
Oh
So
yeah.
now so now the Holy Knights are joining Edmund's forces, but it doesn't matter, girl.
I feel like a lot of the conflict in this show is just people being really, really dumb or really easily manipulated like, to do like the worst option, which is
yes, or both.
indiscriminately attack. Yeah. Like,
and it's like
stop attacking me.
right, and because it's like he's literally only gotten stronger from this.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally became a demon lord because he absorbed that many souls, 20,000 ish souls. So like, you could just stop, you know?
No. Never.
Oh yeah, well no, they don't. So I'm just like, so is this just gonna be a remix of last season? Like,
I
what
think
are we
it'll.
doing here?
I have faith it'll do something a little different.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go to war with. They're probably gonna shut that shit down.
Oh yeah, I think Rimuru will just shut it down immediately, probably next episode.
Right. And by Rimuru probably means Sebastian.
Yeah, because they don't even consider him when they're thinking about like Rimuru's forces.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to get this train going. I want to see a talk between Rimuru and Hinata. Now that Hinata is not. Now she also, I like that she took accountability and she was like, yeah, the merchants kind of got me mad because they said some stuff.
Yeah,
and I
she
just
was
blindly believed them. Yeah, so I'm just like, oh yay, you're finally seeing logic and not getting pissed. I love that for you. Alright. Up next we have My Hero Academia Season 7, Episode 1.
America.
Yup. So Miss Stars and Stripes is headed over to Japan to help while there's all this crazy shit that's happening.
I actually caught up on the last half of season 6 because I hadn't seen it when we jumped on the podcast. It was really, really good. And it's funny because I think Hero Academia gets underrated a lot because it's not done by like MAPPA or UFO Table like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, so like people underrate the animation. But it has really good like fight setups. Like this particular episode is a good example of that because the action and animation itself wasn't amazing, but like the moment to moment like shit that's going on is amazing. Like that whole final scene was amazing, even if it wasn't like the best animation ever.
Yeah. And while it's not like the top, it's still like the scenes are still epic enough where
it's good enough. I think the strength of My Hero Academia is the writing anyway, not necessarily the action.
I agree. I think it's a good balance of both.
Yeah.
To me. So I didn't expect a whole ass fight between Tomura and her like right out the gate.
Yeah, usually the season starts slow, so like for them to go off the bat with just like, well, we're fighting, we're doing this big ass fight in the sky, which I love. I love fights in the sky. That's like my biggest shonen turn on. So seeing Stars and Stripes just like riding on top of some fucking B2 bombers while shooting her fucking quirk out is amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, we find what her quirk is, and of course it's one of them busted ass reality breaking quirks.
Yeah, it's one of those really, really OP. Almost feels like it doesn't belong in this series type of quirks because everyone else has like really, for the most part, like basic superpower quirks, like super strength, super speed, I shoot lasers. Her shit is like reality warping.
Yeah, she literally said, "The air in front of me does not exist," and then he just suffocates. Oh my god!
When she did that, I had immediate PTSD. Magical Girl Raising Project. Like, oh my god, this would be the perfect power for that series.
Oh my god! She would
kill so many magical girls.
So many girls would be dead. Oh god. But yeah. Wait. And of course, naturally, her quirk. He just happens to have the perfect counter. It's for counter. Cause I don't know who I am.
I'm crazy. I don't even know who I am. So your power doesn't work on me.
I'm like, that's insane. and super cheap.
It is. It does bother me that he has like he literally has every power. So as a villain, I don't like him that much because he literally just has whatever he needs to win.
Yeah, I'd be fine if it was just like he has all the powers, but like she can. But it's like, I also have a loophole for her in addition to everything else. I'd rather you just use one of your dozen powers and just escape.
Yeah, it's just not very creative writing to be like, oh, my villain just does anything ever, and he just doesn't die, and whatever.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense because they're trying to make him
like the super god.
Yeah, also make him the same. Was it the same? Different coin on the. What? I've been fucking up this phrase all week.
Different side of the same coin.
Thank you. Fuck, I cannot say that.
It's like Wheel of Fortune.
Right, exactly.
I'll take an A.
Flipped faces of the same quarter.
No, that's wrong.
But yeah, they are different sides of the same coin because he also has multiple quirks in his one self. So of course the main villain has to basically have the same thing.
Right.
But yeah, no, the fight scenes were really fun. She literally just like, I can grab lasers, and just throws them at him.
God, the stand, the wind stand that she creates is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me just condense air like a fist. I can throw, punch.
I love that My Hero Academia is so over the top. It felt like I was watching, because it's all like American stereotypes, but it's like such a fun, like, it's the fun American stereotypes where it's just like, oh, we're all, I don't know, what's that movie called, Top Gun, where it's like, oh, we're all fucking B2 bomber pilots, and also my entire outfit is the American flag, and we are all, my power is literally do whatever I say and I make the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty cray. Yeah, no, I'm having a good time with her so far. They also focus a little bit on Spinner.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna be relevant.
Yeah, they put him in charge of the heteromorphs. I guess we get to talk more about they'll touch upon that a bit more. Like a very brief comparison between him and Stain, which is interesting.
Yeah,
You know, I think Spinner did idolize Stain, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where they're headed with that.
Dang.
All right, up next we have Spice and the Wolf. Merchant meets the Wise Wolf, episode 5. Yeah, it's the break Polo out of jail episode.
Prison break.
It was it was really funny. At the beginning, they were just like, well, we don't know how to get her out, and we still need this deal to go through, so how about we just frame Medio Company for keeping the wolf? And I'm just like, that's crazy.
It's like having open conspiracies to frame Mother Company.
Like, that's kind of brilliant, but also, damn. So, and then I think they plotted to plotting to leverage, and then please feel free to chime in if I'm wrong. Think they had some deal with the king or the royalty to buy these new coins that they're making, but they had them with but they're less valuable because they're made with less silver because the king don't have no money.
I think so. That's what I got.
Yeah,
and
so
it's like they want the different rights for trading and stuff.
Excuse me?
They want different trading rights and stuff.
And then I guess they're like, once we get Hollow and we finish this deal with the king, they can't essentially move against us because you'd be picking a fight with the royalty at that point, I guess. Did I get that right?
I guess. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like toned out halfway through this. This was one of those parts where I was just like, "All right, I get the general gist. They just have to rescue Hollow and keep her alive until the deal goes through."
Yeah.
The nitty gritty is not super important.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Just making sure. She was so silly. She was like, "Wait, why don't you bust through the front gates and like fight everyone for my
Yes,
honor?"
you merchant. Why didn't you bust through with your muscles and your sword and rescue me like the
And by
princess I
sword, you
am?
mean the little dagger he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was silly and very funny.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, and she. Oh, and I felt so bad when we found out that that asshole from episode one.
Yeah, the guy from the village.
Yeah, he's the one. I guess it was his plan to capture her, or did he just happen to capture her? And he's just like, "Oh, it's you."
I think it was his plan the whole time.
Right.
He was like, "We want to move on from you."
Exactly. He's like, "We're gonna sell you off, and they can join the church and leave behind the old ways." I'm just like, "Damn, why are you such a hater?
Why are you a hater,
What
bro?
did she do to you? What
She's
did
just
she do to
here
you?"
having fun in the wheat, and you're
Y'all were
here.
having so much fun with your little celebration
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like, relax.
It ain't that serious.
It really isn't. Like, I don't think did she eat? Did she eat someone? Did she eat one of y'all? Like, did she eat a lot of y'all? Like, what
Yeah,
happened?
is
I
she
don't.
demanding human sacrifices for the wheat or something?
What is like? I don't get it. You're so mad. That was insane. She was like crying, and then he was like, "Oh my god, stop crying!" And then they were being really cute about it. Ugh. I love Holo.
Yeah, Holo's cuteness carries.
So I don't know what's gonna happen because just a lot of stuff has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's getting to that point where I'm just like, this is the part where it's above my pay grade.
I feel like they're gonna try to evade for like as long as possible, and they're gonna end up getting cornered somewhere.
Hmm.
It's like, Wick, we have 5 minutes until the deal's done.
Right. And then Hollow eats the people.
Yeah, then she turns to a wolf and eats them.
I mean, she might as well.
I mean, yeah. Unless the choice is she gets captured and sold to the church, or she has to eat some people, that's an easy decision.
And I'd start with Yare.
Mm-hmm.
He gets chewed on first. All right. Up next, we have Blue Archive, the animation, episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Bum bum bum. Figure out that the money is being funneled to the Helmet Gang, the same girls who are trying to like oust Abydos.
Yes. What a twist.
It's like, damn. So not only is it going to the bad guys, it's going to the bad guys who are trying to kick us out. That's crazy.
It's like literally like the moment they pay them, they're like, "Oh, quick, reroute that to the gang that we were hiring to kick them out."
not. So it's like you're literally just handing the gang money.
Yeah.
to fight you. That's crazy. And Hoshino is very a little bit of screen time for Miss Hoshino.
Yeah, she showed a little bit of her other like kind of more serious side.
Mm-hmm. When she was explaining to them, they're like, "Girl, ain't no one gonna save us from Kaiser. You know, they'll just turn a blind eye."
Yeah, like why would they some actual big school be like, "Oh yes, let's help these 4 girls out of our kindness of our hearts."
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So sad. Yeah, so Hoshino's like very just wary of the whole situation. She's like, "Hey guys, maybe we should
Yeah, she's not trust.
Yeah, definitely no, let's not trust the school." And then they explain like they basically explained why she's the way she is, which I am in my mind they implied like crazy burnout.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had to do everything as a first year.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
That's why she's always so tired.
Yeah, now she's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
I've earned my tenure. I'm out.
Your period. So then they pan to Aru and what's it called? Something 68?
Problem
Problem solver
solver. Yeah.
68. Um and they say that I think one of her subordinates are like, hey, we should just go back to Gahina, and they're like, they would not take us back.
Yeah, they kind of hate us.
Kind of hate us. Then they start talking about this the prefecture people who would hunt them down. And then as they're getting ramen, I'm like, I'm wondering to myself, I'm like, why? How does this dude keep his shop open
Yeah,
when he's just giving people
yeah,
free
like,
food, discounted food all the time?
they're the only ones who come.
Right. He's like, it's so good and empty, like. Which
felt
didn't
bad
matter
for shop owner.
because Haruka blew the whole fucking place up. Like, what?
She's just a little bit unhinged, I think.
A little.
A little bit of a pyro explosion maniac.
Haru said, "Oh yeah, don't worry, bad guys. I don't care about this food place. Da da da. This might be the problem." And she's like, "This place is the problem. Bet."
Didn't even wait for them to get out of the restaurant.
Right.
Like, I'm blowing this place up along with us.
I was kind of gagged because I thought it was gonna be like a gag joke, and it's like, haha, they're not gonna run it, or the bomb's not gonna work. But now they blew the shit up.
Yeah, poor shop owner. Imagine you just give your favorite customers some like discounted ramen and they just blow your fucking I'll teach you.
Thank you so much. Oh, God. What does he have to eat? Oh, gochiso-sama. Blow the shit up.
Yes. And then of course the Amido students show up, and also they get shelled by the prefect team, which should show up next episode, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, they're just like, we're not even gonna see who this other team is. We're just gonna assume that they're both the enemy.
I like how their response to the explosion is just that drop bombs, blow even more shit up.
Yeah, girl, I don't know, but all I know is next episode we're about to see these young ladies just shooting at each other.
I forget if Hina shows up in this arc. I hope she does. She's my favorite blue ever,
no.
so hopefully she gets a little tiny bit of screen time.
I hope she does too.
Yeah.
Alright, last but not least, we have Dungeon Meshi episode 18.
Yes.
First of all,
were you able to tell them apart?
Yup, I sure was. First of all, the Senshi one was obvious.
Yeah,
like, the Senshi one was obvious.
What do you mean? Senshi's always been cool.
I was like, what the fuck does he look like that? I was like, why is no one, that's all. And then the other girl, she gave it away when she was just like, oh yeah, just eat this stuff to survive. This should be nothing. I'm like, no, Marcial, she just bitches no matter what they eat all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then Chiltruck being like, oh, help me with these. I'm not strong enough to open the... I'm like, okay, that's definitely not him.
Right, also, well, this wasn't I just ended up being right. I don't think this was like a actual way to pinpoint them, but like their eyes were different, but their eyes changed back and forth all the time.
Oh, maybe. There was a few different ways you could pinpoint it. That's why I kind of liked about this episode, because even the way we discovered was not the same way that Laos discovered their difference. I'm like, oh well, those are also good points.
He said Marcio is, well, she dumb, so
yeah. Like she poured out the water out thinking about udines. But that's normally what she does, so that definitely was.
Wait, how did he catch Senshi?
Because the clone one said that he found the harpy eggs in an abandoned room, and then he was like, "Oh, the real Senshi wouldn't disturb the ecosystem like that."
Hmm. Yeah, and then the whole thing with Chuck with the boxes and stuff.
I think that was the most clever one because that like calls back to the way back in the beginning where he was afraid of sitting on boxes.
Mm-hmm. That was Yeah, that was really fun. It was so crazy how like they first all start. I love how the Laos ones are clearly just not him.
Yeah.
They're just all very different people. That was funny. And then the Martial one with the dog with the makeup on. That was funny. Oh god! And the favorite part is when he gets like a dog and then starts howling, and then I don't even know how that happened. Why did they all turn to a dog?
Because that was like the true form of the
Shapeshifter?
shapeshifter. Yeah,
Oh.
he was just
Oh,
like
it's a
pretending to be the illusions, but the real form was the dog. And then like after a certain amount of time, I guess he would just eat them individually, like eat the real ones.
Yeah, I know I'm saying why, but why did him barking turn?
Oh, because it was like a animal instinct where it's like, oh, a dog is,
Oh, because in the end day it's still like a
yeah, it's
creature.
still an animal,
Got you.
like
And then they're about to
territorial.
fight. And they're about to run at each other. And Marcel said, "Fuck this," and
Just
blew it
blew
up.
it up.
He's like, "Girl, what? Like,
Yeah, Laos was
Laos, what the fuck are
literally gonna
you?"
get killed. So
Right. Marcel's like, "I don't have time for this." That was so funny. I enjoyed that a lot. This is a very silly episode.
yeah, this was the show's really well paced, where it goes in between the silly episodes and the serious episodes, but it does it in a really good
Mm-hmm.
pace, so you never get too tired of either one.
Agreed. So looking forward to the next episode. I hope they get out of the cold.
Yeah,
Because that did not look fun. That'd be where my dungeon crawl
ends.
ends.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be cold. I'm not trying to be cold in a dungeon like that.
What dungeon is this? New York in December?
All right. I think with that being said, that ends our weekly review, and that is also the end of the show. So, Oni, please take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Life Worst Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to catch every episode as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, where we'll be watching Mushoku Tensei and Konosuba this season with our patrons and channel members. So if that sounds interesting to you, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Well, we're done with the April showers, and it's time for May flowers, even though it's raining right now as I say that.
Yeah, it is not made flowers yet. But on that note, this has been Sobroni and
Drewy do.
We'll catch y'all next week. Later.
Bye.